Hello, I'm Rupert Turton and welcome to the Business Spotlight interview series where we talk to local business owners about their journey. Today I'm joined by Nyssa Baker and Hayley Travers from My Dentist in Oakham, who've just spent a massive $1.5 million in their new premises in Maresfield Road. So, well, first of all, welcome along, ladies.
Hi.
So tell me, first of all, obviously you're a dentist, but tell me a little bit about My Dentist in Oakham and how long it's been running and all those sort of things.
So My Dentist in Oakham, we've recently located. So we relocated. We were on Burley Road in Oakham, and we were there for quite 16 years.
Yeah.
And we relocated to Maresfield Road around 18 months ago because our building wasn't fit for purpose, and we wanted to improve access for patients. So here we are in our lovely, posh, swanky building. Which is, it's been very much welcomed by staff and patients alike.
Yeah. So you must have moved premises just at the end of COVID as well. So what was presumably for the dentist practice, COVID was a real game changer for you. So what were the biggest challenges that you had to overcome during COVID?
So in terms of obviously infection control and we had a lot of patients which were in desperate need of dental care, and we as dentists, I think we only had around about 6, 8 weeks where we were practicing. Yeah, it was a very short period. So dentists were continuing throughout COVID, and we had a huge backlog of patients to see. So as you can imagine, it was a very, very stressful time, and we were working with these big gowns and masks, and that was fun. But I think we learned a lot from COVID, and I think we're still catching up really. We're still seeing the backlash of patients, and patients in lots of pain, needing lots of treatment. But I think we're getting there.
Yeah, definitely are.
So you say you're still dealing with the backlog from COVID. Is that people just not having had treatment for so long, or is there something else going on as well?
Well, we were NHS partly, and now we're purely private for reasons beyond our control. It wasn't us that decided to go, hey, we're just gonna get rid of all our NHS patients. It was a strategic NHS decision. So what was the question? I can't remember.
What's caused the backlog that you're dealing with at the moment coming out of COVID?
So I think lots of patients are in a position now where they've not got NHS dentists. A lot of NHS practices have pulled out and are purely private. And people are not able to afford to come and see a dentist on a regular basis like they did when they had an NHS spot. So we get a lot of patients in pain, a lot of children with lots of dental decay. And we're just catching up from exams that we weren't, general examinations that we weren't able to complete during COVID times. So people get out of the routine as well, don't they? They get out of the routine of not seeing the dentist during those times, and a small problem then turns into a huge problem. And instead of a small filling, you're looking at root treatments, extractions, various issues.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the learnings you're taking forward then from COVID?
A bigger practice, more capacity, investment in building, investment in services, investment in staff. So if you can imagine, we've come from a 3-surgery practice on Burley Road. We've got 7 surgeries now, and we've got state-of-the-art equipment. And we've got you were talking about infiltration systems as well.
Yeah, special like air infiltration systems. So we've got clean, fresh air at all times. Which was brought in during COVID. So that's a big improvement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And extended all our hours. So we work longer hours over more days, weekends, so people don't have to miss work.
Okay. So with all that said, what have you learned about yourselves during the journey?
Resilience, pure hard work and graft, dedication,
multitasking.
Teamwork.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's brought us closer as a team.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot. I mean, I was personally, I think, one of the first dentists to go in and do
12 hours.
Well, when COVID hit, I was the first to start seeing patients again for treatments.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. You know, it's during the summer in huge gowns with poor working conditions like our old building. It certainly makes you more resilient as a practitioner.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting you say about teamwork as well. How did that impact the way you worked as a team then?
I think there was a few bumps along the way because policies and procedures were changing on a daily basis back then.
Yeah.
And when you're working with a big mask, big aprons, trying to communicate with each other, you can't hear each other within the surgery. So, and you know, you may sometimes have come in surgery in the morning and a policy would have changed the day before. So I think, you know, you just improvise, don't you? And you know, we don't always get it right, but then I think the team meetings during COVID helped. So we just kind of liaised with each other, and we looked at how we could improve our communications. And I think I think
we're a very close team anyway, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
And dentists have to work very close with the nurses anyway. So during COVID, you got even closer. You had to read their minds at times. So that has carried on, and it makes for better treatments and experiences for the patients. So
okay. So when you see My Dentist in Oakham going in the next 5 years, you've obviously just been through a massive period of change. What do you think it's going to look like in 5 years' time?
I think we're growing as a practice. Obviously, Oakham is developing as a community. We've got huge, big developments going on. So our capacity to take patients has improved, access has improved. So I think basically just continuing to provide excellent dental care for patients, and taking a more preventative approach. So we want to get patients back on board that are, you know, historically have been NHS patients, haven't got a spot now. Then we need to stabilise them. We need to work on preventative treatments, and you know, just working closely with patients and making sure that they come every 6 months. It's so important, and then we're not going to be facing huge problems. And a lot of acceptance as well. I mean, you can't get an NHS dentist now. It's just not a thing anymore, is it?
No. And we want to be one where you've got all treatments under one roof, so you don't have to travel to Leicester or Peterborough, Kettering. You can have implants, teeth straightening, endo. All your treatments can be done under one place for Oakham people, which is hard. You don't get a lot of stuff around Oakham where you can just stay in one spot. So it's nice that if we can provide it all under one roof for patients.
And presumably, if you're now working, you've now got the 7 surgeries and you've got extended working hours, your capacity has improved quite dramatically as a result of those 2 changes.
It's huge, isn't it? I mean, we're doing implants. Mustafa and Hind, they do implants, and Wakas is soon to do implants. Patients nowadays, they want to look for more permanent options for tooth replacement, so they're looking at you know, screwing teeth basically. They don't want the dentures anymore. Some do, some don't. So that's been, I think, a real shift for us. We also do clear aligners like Clear Correct and Invisalign. That's really my bag. A lot of cosmetic dentistry. Patients, yes, we do get, you know, patients that come in that are in terrible pain, but then we get patients that come in and say, actually, you know, I want to look like that person on Instagram. Can you help me? And yes, we can. You get 2 ends of the spectrum. And I think as long as we're offering a really good service, which we do, and a range of services all in one place, because we are quite a rural place and we need to provide, you know, all those skills under one roof.
Yeah, absolutely. So a bit of a change of tack. Let's talk about you two for a second as well. So what advice would each of you have for your 18-year-old self?
Don't take yourself too seriously.
Okay.
I wrote some points down actually.
We get a list.
I have got an A4 sheet of things.
Oh, go.
I would say a pension.
Yeah.
Get yourself a good pension. Because, like NHS dentistry, soon there's probably not going to be a state pension. So get yourself a good state pension.
Yeah.
Have more fun. I've got to have more fun.
Yeah, we're trying to do that, don't we?
Yeah.
Life is a journey, just enjoy it.
Yeah, that sounds like for both of you, it's based on some experience along the line.
And become more, I wish I'd become more savvy with business and IT. For me, because I'm old, IT wasn't a thing like it is now, but even those early days, I was always very reluctant to, go on a computer. But now the advancements, you just got to keep on top of it, haven't you?
Yeah. Social media.
Let's keep on
the social media a bit.
So yeah, I think that's.
Where's the have more fun come from?
I just think you're a long time dead, right? So I just feel that as you get older and you're in your career and you love what you're doing and you get kids and all the rest of it, I think enjoy those early years of living life and going out with friends and just being free. And I'd go back and do more if I had the chance again. And I think I had lots of fun.
I mean, we try and have fun now. We try and smile, and you're never miserable. You're always happy.
I am when I get home
day.
to my 3 kids.
So, who's the first person that comes to mind when you think about success?
I said The Rock. Okay. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Why?
Well, he started off as a little wrestler and now he's in huge films. I don't know, he just looks so successful.
Is he slightly good looking?
I'm like, yeah, he's really good looking.
And Hayley, who would you go for?
Elon Musk.
Oh, okay. Why?
For obvious reasons.
Very successful, yeah.
He's just very successful. And this guy, nothing is beyond his capabilities. This guy is next level, like amazing, bordering on pretty crazy, but he does what he sets out to do and he proves everybody wrong. And I'd love to be able to afford a Tesla. So that's on my list.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Excellent. So, ladies, it's been lovely talking to you both today. If anyone does need to come and see you at My Dentist in Oakham, how do they get in touch with you?
We've got a number of ways of contacting us by telephone at reception. We've got some lovely receptionists ready and waiting to take your calls. Also by email.
Yeah.
And we've got various Instagram accounts.
Facebook, websites.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Nyssa, Hayley, great talking to you today. Thank you for your time. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.